Hey folks, this is Ty Cohen, and it is a beautiful day. It's actually a little bit chilly here in North Carolina, but it's still a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. It's an awesome day. I was just talking to our guest, John Rhodes, behind the scenes. You can see actually John's handsome face in the lower left-hand corner of your screen right there. And that should actually, you know what, let's use that to see if you guys can actually see, okay, John's first slide. So if you can see his first slide and if you can hear my voice and actually hear me asking you if you can see his slide, just put a yes into the questions box, all right? I want to get that started. You should be here in the UK. It's almost freezing, says Tony. Tony, you know what? I've been to the UK about 6 or 7 times. Every time except for the second to the last time. Every time we go out to London, as soon as our plane touches down, it rains. And then like that last day when we're taking off, literally, I kid you not, the sun comes out. So I could be there for a week. I could be there for 4 or 5 days. It'll rain that entire period up until the day I'm leaving. What's up with that, huh, Tony? So is it just me? So yes, everything fine here in Wilmington. Marshall says, okay, Wilmington, not too bad. We're actually looking for a beach house out there in Wilmington, in that area, out towards the shore, Marshall. My wife has been. I'm more of a log cabin type of guy. I want something in the woods, but my wife is like, you know, it's got to be a beach house first. So I'm like, what if we take a log cabin and put it on the beach? I think that would be pretty cool, right? But she's not buying that, nothing at all. Hey, I see my buddy Richard Powell up in Michigan. Hey, Richard, good to see you, good to see you, good to see you. Long time. We were out there actually visiting with Richard and his lovely wife, Janice, earlier this year, and they showed us around Michigan. Great, great folks there. Kim says the peakers are on, all right? So for the uninitiated, Kim, what does that mean? But peakers are on. John, do you know what that means? I'm totally clueless.
I do not.
Okay, so Rachel says Wells, and yes, it's cold. Yeah, I can imagine. You're probably pretty close. So we've got a pretty international audience here. We've got the UK, we've got Wells, we've got, where else are you folks from? We've got Michigan, we've got Arizona. Scott says we gave the kids sunscreen for Halloween in Arizona. I love it, Scott. I love it. I've got to come trick-or-treating at your house next time. Marie from Quebec. Okay, it's got to be pretty cold. We were up in Canada a couple of months ago as well. Long Beach, California, says Greg. Greg, how's the weather out in Long Beach? I got a good friend of mine, Jermaine Griggs, who is from Long Beach. He now lives, I think, in Orange County, if I'm not mistaken. Got the UK in one. Maui, Hawaii, says Lori. Lori is over in Hawaii. Nice. Okay, so we have, you guys are just all over it. I can easily switch seasons by visiting some of the folks that are in this webinar chat here. I can go out to Hawaii and then go over to London and then go down to Arizona. So we've got, let's see what else. What else? Who else do we have here? Session is muted. How do we unmute? Okay, so Kim, you should only be able to hear my voice right now. All right, so if you can hear my voice, Kim, just put a yes in there and let me know. You won't be able to talk, so it's unfortunately it's because we get so many people on these things, it's the presenter speaks to the audience, all right? But what we do is we do allow you to go in and ask questions. So this same questions box where you just ask, you know, how do you unmute yourself? You can go in and ask questions to our guest. All right. As a matter of fact, I want you guys to flood him with questions. So we'll flood him with questions about anything that you want more clarity on as it relates to his presentation, because he's got some great stuff. This is a guy who has been in the Kindle publishing niche, you know, for as long as I can remember. I've been in this thing for a long time, and he's been in it for a long time as well. So you definitely want to put on your thinking caps. You want to grab something to write with, something to take notes with, because I can guarantee you that he's going to give you some nuggets, right? This guy has over 140 books published, right? So do you think he knows a thing or two about making money publishing Kindle ebooks? Absolutely. And he doesn't know this, but I've actually studied him behind the scenes, right? Over the years, I've studied. He's finding this out for the first time now, and you know, I've gotten some great nuggets from it. Okay, and I tend to do pretty well with this stuff. So he has also multiple, not just one, but multiple #1 best-selling books in many different niches and genres. Okay, so that's another sign as to he knows what he's talking about, someone that you want to pay attention to. He's helped over 1,000 clients to get their first book published. Now, I know that for this audience, some of you have books that are already published. Some of you are looking to publish your books. Well, this is the guy to help you. He's helped over 1,000 people to get that very first book out there. He's made millions online as an author, as a publisher, as a teacher, as a trainer, and I want to bring him on before I get to yapping anymore, because I can definitely do that just talking about this stuff. This is something that I'm very passionate about. So with that said, John, are you there? Can you hear us?
Yes, sir, I can hear you. And everyone, if you can hear me loud and clear, type in John. John, you sound wonderful. John, John, John. Just make sure you drop my name in there. That way that I know. I'm looking. Woohoo, John sounds great, Lori says. Thanks, Lori. So at least Lori, okay, Linda, awesome, I love it. So yeah, Ty, we are in great shape on this end of things. I'm super, super excited about this. And back over to you for for any other intro, or I can just dive right in. Totally up to you, sir.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do this. Let's dive right in. You know, this is what we're calling the 41-minute miracle that creates #1 best-selling Kindle book. So I have I actually have my iPhone that I'm taking notes on. I'm not being a good student right now. I should be writing with a pen and paper, but I'm using my trusty iPhone so I can go back and review these notes while I'm at my daughter's cheer class later on this afternoon. So with that said, I'm ready to take notes. I'm ready to learn from you as well. So John, the floor is yours.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Ty, very much. It's really, truly a privilege to be here. It's an honor to be here. I can already feel the excitement. I've seen so much interaction already. I have great respect for you, Ty, and what you've done over the years. You are really someone that folks should follow, and I'm glad that they do, and I'm glad that they're here, and they're part of this event. Very, very excited. Okay, now a question before we really officially dive in on my end of things. Have you published a book? Ty had kind of sort of asked that before. He says he knows that some of you have for sure. Perhaps you have not. So type in a 1 if you have published a book. If you have not published a book yet, but you will. If you have not yet, type in a number 2. 1 is yes, you have. 2 is that you have not. And this is applicable to anyone. This is really so that I know. It's also so that Ty can see this as well, so that he knows who all is here. Okay, so I would say about 25% have and about 75% have not. Well, this is great. This is really, really awesome. And one last thing, type in the word energy. I'm a high energy guy. I'm like the Energizer Bunny. In fact, type in energy in all caps, put the exclamation points in there. Let's raise the energy in the room. This is a great audience. You are part of it. Let's jack up the energy and let's get right in. Okay, so this 41-minute miracle creates #1 best-selling books. Okay, let's figure out what that means together. Now, I have a bold promise. You will get a simple tactic, very straightforward tactic that guarantees a book that you can create in under an hour. Now, you can create more if you would like. You know, this is not a one-time thing. You can do this again and again and again. It's not a one-time thing. You can do this for book after book after book, and you're going to get that tactic. It's very, very straightforward. By the way, I see the rush of energy coming in on it. I absolutely love it. I appreciate you so much. Now, first, before we go any further, take a look at that. That's me, right? I'm holding up something there, and you can see some stuff in the background, home office kind of stuff. Boom. There are 2 secrets that I just revealed there. If you were super hyper observant or you have a photographic memory, you might be able to understand what those 2 secrets were. Now, I promise I will get back to those 2 secrets in a moment that tie into the tactic that I'm going to provide to you. Question I have for you, do you really want to be an author? I'm guessing that yes, because you follow Ty very wisely and you sort of play along with everything that he's got. If you haven't, you should, that much more than you have in the past. But do you really want to be an author? And I'm already seeing the flood of yeses come in. Of course you want to be an author. That's why you're here. It appeals to you. It makes sense. But it's really kind of a trick question. I'm going to pull the rug out from underneath you here. Wouldn't you rather be a best-selling author? Not just an author, but a best-selling author. And it's rhetorical because, of course, you'd rather be a best-selling author than just merely an author, right? Well, even better than that, let me pull the rug out from you again. Wouldn't you really like to be a #1? Don't you crave, in fact, to be a #1 best-selling author, the best of the best of the best, right? I mean, it's not just about cranking out book after book after book. That's wonderful, and I'll explain why that's so wonderful. It is about getting the book out there and being a best-selling author, in fact, being a #1 best-selling author, and there is a very, very specific way that you can do that, and it's wonderful, and I will share it with you. And we're going to come back to it. I absolutely promise that is the case. Now, I've got something shocking to share with you. I sort of went back in time. I grabbed some screenshots and so forth, and here's one of my books, Juggernaut Price Protection. This is not to sell this book. It's just a book that I put together, and it relates to the training today and what I'm going to share with you in my tactics, okay? So this was published back in, let me take a look here, April 9th of this year. Oh, okay, so what? And at about a month later, about a month after publication, you can see that the bestseller ranking was just absolutely horrible, horrendous, train wreck, 1,363,000. I mean, really, just to be blunt about it, pathetic. And it's okay if this was my first book putting it out there. Hey, at least the book was published, right? At least the book was published. But you can clearly see April 9th to about May 4th, about one month goes by. I didn't do anything with this book, and there are a variety of reasons for that. But I published it, and it just didn't do anything. Fast forward just a little bit, okay? Fast forward just a little bit and take a look at this, right? May 6th, just to be clear, just a few days later, I went from 1 million something down to 1,667 paid in the Kindle store. And by the way, this is like playing the game of golf. The lower the score, the lower your Amazon bestseller rank, the better. So this thing was screaming along because I chose, and I made that very clear decision to do better with this book and actually do some sneaky marketing, ethical, above board, totally legal, but to do some marketing to make this thing land where I wanted it to land, to take control, to dominate the market, dominate the niche I wanted to dominate in, and get a pop of sales. Is that appealing to you? Do you like the idea? If you've published a book, do you see the power in this? Wait a minute, you mean I can revive a dead book? Like Lazarus, right? Rise from the dead. It can be done. So you can launch and do well immediately, or if you already have a book that's sort of dead, and you're like, okay, it just didn't take off, you can bring these books back as well. So not only will you understand how to launch your book, get it put together, but you're also going to understand exactly how to bring a book back from the dead. Now, this is exciting. This is why you're here. Okay, I promise I'm going to explain how this all works, but I wanted to show you, there's proof right there just a moment ago, but you need to see that sort of break through, right, to cut through the fog and clear the clutter. I'm going to explain the magic in just a short while. Okay, now not to brag, and I'm glad Ty had mentioned this earlier, but I have published over 140 books. Actually, I think it's over 150 at this point. I don't just sort of, rest on my laurels here. And I've been #1 with many, 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 many books and many different niches. They don't even matter. The markets and niches don't even matter. It's what I choose to do. It's under my power, my control, by partnering effectively with Amazon. And I've got 2 lessons, and with your permission, just type in yes. I want to make sure that I've got your permission to share 2 of my key lessons in these published books, okay, what I've experienced myself and the #1 bestsellers. I got 2 key lessons. Is that okay? Yeah, okay. And these are important. This is a little bit theoretical and philosophical, but this is absolutely learned through the battle, right, through the firefight, learning from experience here. But this is the truth, and it's the absolute truth, and I know that Ty knows this, and he's seen experiences as well. After you score your first best-selling book, getting your second, third, fourth, and so on into infinity is very easy. It's that first one that's very challenging. And if you've published a book and you haven't scored a best-selling book, the book is just out there, you know what I'm talking about. It's not just about putting the books out there. It's about scoring bestsellers and #1 bestsellers. And after you've done it the first time, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. And the reason is twofold. #1 is that you understand the system. You either have your own system for making this happen, ta-da, or you're following along with someone who knows how to do it. You have a system, a way of doing things, not just tactics, but also their appropriate strategies put together in a proper system. This is just logic, right? But second of all, most people miss this. You also gain authority, especially if you're publishing in the same niche or the same market. This is Captain Obvious to you now, right? It's Captain Obvious once you see that. It's powerful. So the trick is not just publishing, which is cool, not just being an author, but publishing and scoring a bestseller, hopefully a #1 bestseller, right, in your market, in your niche. Okay, powerful. Now, Creating more than one book also does something nearly magical, if not magical. Can certainly change your finances for the better and dramatically and very, very rapidly when done right. It turns you into a publisher. You go almost like the, the fairy wand waving in the air. You go from being an author to a publisher. Who makes more money? Who makes more money? Is it the author or is it the publisher? Now, I'm asking you this just so I understand that you understand. Who makes more money, authors or publishers? And there's a lot of reasons for that, but I just want to make sure that you get it. Right? And I'm seeing the answer flood in. Of course, it's the publisher. Publisher has more control. Publisher has more books. Publisher understands that they've got a business, that they own equity, that they are tapping into a royalty stream. This is important. Okay? Sure enough, indeed. Okay. Now, key lesson number 2 is scoring a #1 best-selling book gives you something else that many people neglect or just don't think of or don't know about. They're just not exposed to this, so they just don't know. It gives you hot momentum, gets you going, right? Gets the snowball starting at the top of the mountain rolling down, but it also gives you authority. We talked about that. And more importantly, at the personal, deep, deep, deep emotional level, it also gives you confidence. So I've often talked to people and they say to me, John, I don't know if I can do this. I'm not really sure. But once you get that book published, especially if you score a bestseller, #1 bestseller especially, you gain confidence. That is power. So we just had the election recently here in the U.S. and a lot of people are in chaos on both sides, by the way. They're like, well, what happens next? Wow, geez, whoa. Well, I tell you, when you have confidence, you cut right through the fog. The clutter is no longer around you in life. You have this certainty and that confidence. Doesn't that feel good? No matter what, it doesn't really matter what you think about politics. If you've got a business, right, you go from being an author to a publisher and so on, you've got confidence, you've got authority. This takes you to a new level. This makes you one of them. And you know what I'm talking about, the folks who have money, entrepreneurs, folks who are doing the right thing at the right time, who are having an impact in the larger world, right? Family, but also the community and the world at large. Now, I want this for you. I truly do. It's part of my mission to provide to you through training and through different training programs that I provide, and also through Ty as well, partnering up and working with Ty. This is a blessing, right? I want to provide to you eternal momentum because once you have a best-selling book, it never goes away. It's like being employee number 5 at Google or Facebook. That never goes away. It's like getting a degree from Stanford or Harvard. That never goes away. Once you're a #1 bestseller, it never goes away. That is momentum. That never goes away. You're at a cocktail party, right? Or you're throwing some brewskis down or whatever, playing some poker with the boys, whatever. You're at knitting club or crochet, right? You're with the girls, whatever, or the guys, who knows, right? You have eternal momentum. It never goes away. It's always something you can talk about. And it's irrefutable proof that you are who you are and you've got what it takes, whatever that means. Shows that you're an authority. It's irrefutable proof. Don't you agree that it gives you irrefutable proof of an accomplishment? And it's also what I call a legacy pillar. Right? We all care about our legacy, some more than others, but this is also something you can pass on. Books are assets. They are assets that you can pass along to your loved ones, to your family, even your community, if you wish to do that. If you have a portfolio of books, again, you're a publisher, not just an author. Think about your legacy. I mean it. This is a big deal, and I want this for you. Are you, by the way, are you excited? You can hear the excitement in my voice. Obviously, I'm excited about this, but if you're excited, type in, I'm excited. Literally just type in I'm excited, because I get excited when you get excited. This is really fun. This is good stuff. All right. Now, yeah, see, this is great stuff. But yeah, I'm excited too. I'm excited for you because now you will realize what you are capable of, what you have in front of you as an opportunity. But there is a very harsh truth here. And I am sorry to raise you up and then tear you down at the same time. But most authors do indeed fail. They do. They fail. Most authors fail. Publishers don't fail, by the way. Authors fail. People who have not published yet their first book, right? Or they put a book out there, they don't know what to do with it, they don't know how to market, sell it, and all that stuff, right? Most authors fail. They don't have the confidence they need. We talked about confidence. They don't have the system they need. They haven't partnered up with someone who has the appropriate system. They don't know where to start, right? Their mind, their life is in chaos. And there's a train of becauses. The because train. Because, choo-choo. People jump on that and they use the excuses, right? Most authors fail, but not you. I've got faith in you. I can see the energy. And look, let's face it. You're here because of Ty. Ty is a champion. He's a champion, right? And you're here because of that, and he only brings in the best. Now today that changes. The failure, or the potential for failure, even goes away, because in 5 days or less, I'm talking about calendar days, because you can do this in a matter of hours. In fact, the actual book production, I'll show you, can be done extraordinarily fast, 41 minutes, okay? You can create a very real book, legitimate real book, in under an hour, okay? Certainly an hour, right? If you want to put in a couple hours, 2-3 hours, I mean, that's no brainer, right? And it also gifts you, like it's Christmas morning, right? Or Hanukkah or whatever, right? Or it's your birthday. It gifts you assets beyond a Kindle book alone. You get some other things. Using this methodology, using this one tactic, you get more than just the Kindle book as well. And I don't like to really use this language, but it's almost stupid to set this up and to utilize the tactic. Okay, and you're going to get superhuman speed. The speed is the key here to make this all work. Now, if you haven't taken any notes, and that's possible, if you haven't taken any notes, you will want to write this down at the top of your paper and your notes, K-launch, okay? K-launch, very simple system. And I want you to write something down here, put it in your own words, but imagine that I was able to take you to the top of Mount Everest. Your goal is to get to the top of Mount Everest. You don't care about the journey, you don't care about the struggle, you don't care about any of that. You just want to be on top of Mount Everest, to see the sights. That's what you want, top of Mount Everest. Does it make sense to struggle and fight your way up the mountain when you could jump into a helicopter? I could take you to the top and drop you off at the top of Mount Everest. The choice is obvious. Of course you're going to take the helicopter to the top of Mount Everest. Well, guess what we've got that's just like that? Video. Now, John, come on. That's what I hear. It's going through your head right now. John, come on. Video. I thought you were talking about Kindle and Kindle books. And guess what? I am. I am. Video. The secret is video is king. Video is king. If you start with video, there's less typing, practically zero typing. Okay? Because you've taken the helicopter to the top of Mount Everest as far as book production goes. A lot of things are left out, but as far as book production goes, you're at the top of the mountain. And it's very easy to get audio if you want it, and extremely easy from audio or from video to get text. And I'll show you exactly how. And the secret, within the secret, of course, is that you can talk. The average person, now I'm above 150 because I'm a maniac. I'm an absolute maniac. You can talk at 150 words per minute. Are the light bulbs going off? The fire? Type in fireworks before I go on. If the fireworks are already going off in your head, type in fireworks. I'd love to see it. I see all. Yeah, I know you're excited. But type in fireworks if the fireworks are going off in your head. Like, oh, gee, really? 150 words per minute. Yeah, I'm seeing the fireworks. This is great.
A lot of excitement. A lot of fireworks here. I see it.
It's something, right, Ty? It's really, really something. And this is not like emotional. This isn't like feel good or rah-rah or woo-woo. This is rational. This is mathematics in the most basic, like second grade level. 150 words per minute. There are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Therefore, it's this simple. 150 times 60. That's the level of math. It's multiplication. 150 times 60, 9,000 words per hour is what the average, not the above average, you might be above average. The average human English speaker can speak 9,000 words per hour. Fireworks, if you haven't typed in fireworks yet, that should be fireworks there. If I needed to do the math for you, I get it. It's fun, you know. 9,000 words per hour. Now, what does that mean? Let's translate this very simply into reality, or manifest it. Let's manifest. Boom, there you go. Juggernaut Wake Up is one of my books. Juggernaut Wake Up, John Rhodes, 8,248 words. Less than 1 hour of talking. Less than 1 hour, obviously, because it's 8,200 words. Less than the 9,000. That means less than 1 hour for production. Imagine typing this. Oh, good Lord, right? And that's 22 pages according to Amazon. It's actually more like 45 or 50 pages if I were to put it into like a 6x9 book with 12-point font and all that so, you know, all that stuff, right? So as far as pages go, on the conservative side, 22 pages. On the regular side, it's about 40, 45 pages if I were to drop that into a, you know, a dead tree, create space, print on demand type of book or something. So in a matter of a couple of hours, think of it this way too, in a matter of a couple of hours, if I wanted to create a physical dead tree book that was 80 to 100 pages long, I could speak it out in 2 hours if I felt like doing that. Or I can just take the Kindle route like I did here. This is exciting. I mean, come on. This is exciting. All right, now screencasting works great. Now you can write these ones down if you haven't written these down. If you haven't heard of this before, great. Okay, look, you've got Jing. You can record 5-minute chunks for free. You've got Snagit, which I really like, and that's like, I don't know, 30, 40 bucks or something. I love Snagit because it can do some image editing and video editing if I want with that as well, but Snagit's cool. That allows you to screencast. By the way, screencasting is a lot like what you're experiencing right now, where you're looking over my shoulder. And see, look at me move the mouse. You can see the mouse, right? That little dot kind of moving around. You're looking over my shoulder. You're seeing the same thing I'm seeing. Screencast-O-Matic is another one, and there are many, many others. So screencasting is a great way to capture the video if you want the video, which you can use in a variety of ways, and it also obviously, you know, records your voice because it's recording video, which is audio and also the visual, okay, and many, many others. And by the way, if you didn't quite catch that, Screencast-O-Matic, you can get 15 minutes of time for free and do it again and again and again as many times as you want. But there, I mean, I'm just showing you, look, fast, free screen recording. It's great. It's wonderful, right? And if you pay a little bit more, you can even get some really, really awesome stuff. If you want to get all the plus-ups and all the extra awesome stuff that Screencast-O-Matic, for example, provides to you, $15 per year, and you get all this other stuff if you care about that other stuff, okay? So I'm just kind of widening the aperture so that you understand how easy it is and how cost-effective and time-effective it is to get this content. My favorite for what I do in my Kindle business in many, many cases is just to use Hangouts on Air, okay? Fire up a Hangout on Air and go to it. Are you familiar with Hangouts? Just type in yes or no so I know if you're familiar with Hangouts and how much time I had to spend with them. I'm not going to do a whole lot either way, but how much time I spend on each little, yeah, not really, I'm seeing some yeses, mostly no's. Okay, so I'll spend sort of an average amount of time. Okay, yeah, an average amount of time, little quick demo. So here we are on YouTube, and then what I do from YouTube is I go into the upper right-hand corner, right? There's my face, you're right, the smiling face. I click on that guy, and then I'm inside my account. And then I go over to live streaming. I go over to live streaming. Okay, write that one down, live streaming, very straightforward. And then I click on events. I know I'm going a little fast here if you haven't done this before, but it's very straightforward, trust me. And then I go into events, right? And then next what I do is I'm going to create a new live event, right? So by the way, a Hangout is YouTube, and YouTube is Google. So this is all Google infrastructure, Google technology, right? So Google, YouTube is Google, and I'm doing a Hangout on Air. We're almost there. New live event. New live event, and then here we go. I can type in anything I want for the title. All the rest of this doesn't really matter. By the way, I'm not presenting the Hangout or the video to the world. I'm not going live to the world. It's an audience of one. It's an audience of one. I'm basically doing headshot video of myself just to record the video and the audio as if I'm speaking to an audience, but there's no audience there. It's an audience of one. Just me, for the sake of recording mostly the audio so I can get the text. In any event, I type in whatever title I want, and then I click on Go Live Now. Go Live Now, click. And when I do that, hey, there I am smiling. It's kind of funny. It looks like I'm crying, or I was crying, right? I'm not crying, trust me. I'm in a great mood right there. And then I click on over here, Screen Share, okay, Screen Share. And by doing that, I'm able to select what I want to show. I can either show my smiling face, like a headshot, like a newscaster, or I can show my screen, as I had mentioned a minute ago, like screencasting. Okay? I can do either one. I can show my face, or I can show my screen, or I can do both. I can flip-flop back and forth. Okay? It's all very straightforward. By the way, you notice that I actually haven't started that broadcast yet. Now again, I'm on YouTube and I'm doing a Hangout on air. I haven't actually started the broadcast yet. And it's like, ooh, look, you're screen sharing, because I'm sharing this screen. Hey, does this look familiar, by the way? I'm screen sharing, and then I can press on that button, present to everyone. Now again, I'm not presenting to 1,000 people. I'm presenting to one person, me. That's it. I can present to everyone and then start the broadcast, and then I talk. And then I talk for half an hour, I talk for an hour, I talk for 2 hours, I talk for 5 minutes, I do a test, I do whatever, okay? When I'm done with that, everything is done for me automatically, by the way. The video is saved for me automatically. All the technology, all of that stuff, it's done. I didn't have to do anything. This is all done for me. It's all recorded for me automatically, and I just come back in again to my account, Video Manager, Videos, and here we go. I can click on the drop down and then download the MP4. This is exciting. By the way, do you know why I want to always download the MP4? I'll give you a second. Just type in what you think. Why would I want to download the MP4? Do you ever read? I mean, does it make sense? Right? So I just went through, I just did my video, I did screen sharing or headshot video, I was kind of blathering away, I was talking, 150 words a minute, right? I'm talking. This is the reason why. If I've got the MP4, I've got control. So if by chance YouTube deletes the video, I still have the video. If by chance my account gets locked for whatever reason, I've got the video. If I have the video, I can also chop it into different parts. I can edit it. I can put bumpers on it in the front, at the end. I can easily extract the audio, not because it's a video. Right now an MP4 is a video file. I can extract the MP3. I can very easily get it transcribed. It's more easy. I have control. I love control. I've got control over my video file. Woohoo, right? I've got control. It's no longer in the hands of YouTube. It's on my machine or my cloud presence. So it's like, again, ta-da, exciting, right? Because I just did the video, grabbed the video, and now I control it. Exciting, very, very exciting. Now, I often do newscaster style where I'm showing my face, and I do that because I'm doing different kinds of consulting, or I'm talking about topics where I want my face being shown so I can see people eye to eye. They're looking into my eyes, and the material in my various niches is great when people see my face, my smiling face, okay? But you can do either way. You can do the headshot, you can do the screencasting, or you can do a mix. And you've got it now. Now you've got it. Now here's some proof. Earlier, if you were here earlier in the very, very beginning of the presentation of this training, you would have seen me hold this up. Now let me explain what this is, because you might be thinking, well, John, what would I talk about? What would I talk about? What would I want a book about that I could just start talking? Now I want you to imagine you're sitting across the table from someone at the bar, at maybe it's breakfast time. You're just sitting across the table from someone and you're having a conversation, or you're explaining something that you know. What I am holding up here is my morning routine. People are always asking me, John, how do you have so much energy? How do you do what you do? And I'm like, oh, I have a morning routine. And I have a checklist that I follow every single day. I walk down through. Yeah, I know it's kind of whatever. But I've got this checklist, and all that I did for my Juggernaut Wake Up book is I just talked about my morning routine. I explained each one of the components, which I'm intimately familiar with, and I explained how they were derived, and I explained what the benefits were of following a morning routine. Let me ask you a question. Do you have anything in your life that you're passionate about, or you have some knowledge about from work or from your business, that you could talk about and just keep going and going and going because you know so much that you just love talking about it? And by the way, it might be experience that you have. It might be stories that you had. Obviously, if you have great stories as a child, you can tell stories that way. I mean, you can go on and on with this. There's so many ways to make this work. And I had no script whatsoever. This was an experiment. Like, okay, I'll just give this a go. I'll do this. Zero script. 47 minutes. It was a video, obviously, and this went on to be a best-selling book. This is exciting. And Richard says, yeah, I do. Yeah, and aha, and yes, I do. I'm sure there is something that you could be talking about? And if you can't think of anything, I'll enlighten you and help you out there. So there's Juggernaut Wake Up, and here's something kind of fun. You never know where you're going to show up. Now this is kind of funny. I showed up, there's Juggernaut Wake Up right next to Tantric Sex. Now this is funny. The reason I bring this up, it's all about proliferation. Proliferation means crank out one book after another after another. It's very easy to do that because you're using your voice and you're creating content at such a rapid clip that you can create a book per month, easy, a book per week, and in fact you could easily do a book of content every single day. And if you get, think about this, if you put one book out per week, that's it, not a day, one book out per week, that's a couple hours of your time to create the content. If you did that, do you think with the law of numbers on your side, with 52 books published, that you think just by the law of numbers you'd end up with at least a handful of best-selling books, even if you were kind of like crutching it along and like, oh, I'm not really sure, and had an okay cover and so on? Just the law of numbers alone would work in your favor. But again, you never know where you're going to show up. Yeah, Ty.
Can I interrupt you for a second? Because a few
Absolutely.
seconds ago you said something that's very, very, very important, and I've stressed this to thousands of people over the years, and that is the numbers, right? The quantity is where it's at. Like, I think that's one of the things that people don't get. They think that if you publish one or two books, they can do okay, and you might get lucky and do okay every now and then, but it's in the numbers. That's how I'm able to do $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month with this and continuously do it, is because we have a machine, right? And it's cranking out ebooks. It's cranking them out. Now, I don't expect anyone to try to do it to the level that I'm doing it, because it's a ton, but the way that you're sharing here makes it so much more easier. The process, it's so systematic, and it's just an easier way of doing it. So if you didn't catch what John said, and that is the number of books and being able to have a system like this where you can crank them out one after the other, all right, in short periods of time too, that's key, is really crucial. So I that really made my ears perk up, because it's been the number one key to my success, that and being able to be systemized with everything.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better, Ty. And the other thing that's super important about this idea of law of numbers and production and the machine, I love that, machine, exactly right, is that you don't have to do this yourself. You could have someone else on your team do this. You can outsource this on the cheap. There are a million ways of making this work. Other people can do the video. Other people could do just audio alone. Forget typing at all. Forget video. Just do the audio after audio after audio. This is very, very affordable. This is so much fun. We're gonna get more into that in a short while. And by the way, video into text is just super simple. You can go to Fiverr and you can have this done. I love Rev.com. Okay, Rev.com, write that one down. That's about $1 a minute. You'll see that. And then there's my guy if you're an insider, right? If you're on my team, right? If you've got access to what I have access to, it's even cheaper and better, okay? And by the way, on Fiverr, a little quick tip, because so many people do screw this up. They do screw this up, is that you go over and you can see here that I've used a simple single keyword here, just transcription. And you can even do other keywords and find other folks by typing them in there. But transcription, and never go by relevance. Never, never, never go by relevance. Instead, make sure you're always searching and then sorting by average customer review, because you don't want to go with someone who's just lowballing it, who doesn't have experience, who doesn't have their own production machine in place. You want to tap into machines and other businesses that are available to you, and the way that you find that is people that have been around for a while and have gazillions of very, 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 very high numbers of positive reviews. In fact, you can take a look at one of the folks that I found here, and it's sort of a lazy, quick search. It took me about 2 minutes to find this person. Literally typed it in, transcription, boom, look. I will do a fast and flawless 15-minute transcription. 15 minutes of transcription for $5. All right, so that means if you were to blather on for 1 full hour, it would cost you less than it cost you, in this case, $20 to have it fully transcribed. Now you might say, John, what about the quality though? Come on now. What about the quality? You tell me, from the United States, just saying, native English speaker, right, from the United States, 100% positive rating and 221 reviews. Hello? Irrefutable proof. Yes, irrefutable proof that you can find people who are very, very affordable, very high quality at the same time. Yes, even on Fiverr. Type in, if you're excited by that, type in you're excited, because that's a critical objection. Well, John, I can't find someone who's affordable, fast, reasonable, and so on. This is great. Yeah, I'm seeing wow. I'm excited. This is of course it's amazing, and this is why Ty brought me on, because he knew I was going to show this. And Rev.com, boy, I just love Rev.com. It's about $1 a minute. I personally find Rev to be like the #1 solution for my business at this point in time. It's $1 per minute. Now you can do a bunch of different things with Rev, right? A bunch of different things. They'll do captions and subtitle videos. They will translate documents for you, but they're super pro. In 24 hours or less, no matter how long your video is, they're going to turn it around, and for $1 a minute, boom, you've got your transcription. So if it's an hour, that's going to be $60, which is still extraordinarily affordable. Still super, super cheap. Cool, right? And my guy is even cheaper than that. So we know that we can go from, on Fiverr, from like 35 cents a minute up to the, certain high-end people that do certain things for you, to $3 per minute. And, turnaround time is anywhere from, typically 3 to 10 days on Fiverr. Rev.com, about $1 per minute, 24-hour turnaround. They're super fast, usually less than 24 hours. And then for example, my guy, 40 cents per minute. And he knows me, he knows my content, right? 40 cents a minute, 1 to 3 day turnaround for me, right? The point is that getting the transcription done, which is very easy to turn into a manuscript, it's easy, it's super, super affordable, and you can see why you can do this, again, in numbers. Boom, 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 one after another, after another, after another. Now, how about audio? I had mentioned that earlier. I'm just giving away secret after secret. Yes, I know. I'm seeing some of that too. I'm just giving away secret after secret. I can take the MP4, remember the MP4, the video file. I can go, I can grab it from YouTube, or I can grab it from wherever. I've got the MP4 file, and I can go to a site like, I really like this one, online-convert.com. Online-convert.com. And then I can convert that video file into an MP3, or other files too, but I just convert it into an MP3. Very straightforward, and I can drop in a URL. I can upload the file. Okay, I can. There's choose file, so I can just upload that file. Either way, it doesn't matter. Boom, they get it. Automatically gets converted in a short period of time. Now I'm going to pause for a minute, because what I've already unloaded, based on my previous experience with my $1,000 per hour clients, I know that this is exciting, but it's also refreshing. Like, boy, man, content, man, oh, I get it. Systems, numbers, I get it. Finally, I'm putting together some of the, pieces of the puzzle in such a way that you understand where the money comes from. If it's refreshing to you, type in the word refreshing. I like that word. Type in refreshing. I love the excitement here. Yeah, it is refreshing, and thank you very much for that. Now, there's another, another objection here. I understand. I've been in this for a long time, as Ty had mentioned. I get it. I know that one of the objections is, John, I can't just sit across from someone and come up with things off the top of my head. I'm not creative. Objection, right? I'm not creative. But John, I need ideas. I need ideas, man. Come on, help me. John, where do I start? Where do I literally start? What about my research or markets and niches? Objection, putting up the hand, giving me the Heisman, the Heisman Trophy where the hand is up, giving me the hand, talk to the hand. So would you like to know how to create a book outline? If you don't have an idea and don't have anything to talk about, would you like to know how to create a book outline, which is very easy to speak to? Once you have the outline, it's very easy, right? About whatever you want in about 40 to 45 minutes. So if you have nothing to talk about, we can get you a book outline created in 45 minutes. Is that exciting to you? Yeah, I'm seeing the yeses flood in, of course, and something else as well. I'm going to give you my #1 fresh ideas resource. Would you like it? Of course you do. It's rhetorical. Of course you want it. Have you heard of TrendHunter? Type in the number 5 if you have heard of TrendHunter. So yes, you know about TrendHunter. And then number 6 if you have not. So 5 is yes, you knew about TrendHunter. 6 is no, I didn't know about TrendHunter until right now. Right? I'm seeing this 6, and I know Ty is seeing this as well. And Ty might be going, what? What's this TrendHunter thing? Look at number 1. There's the largest, most updated collection, cutting edge ideas, trends, baby. And trends are hot because you can capitalize on these. In fact, I have not seen one number 5, 666666666 flooding in, flooding in. You can go to trendhunter.com, and I always go to trendhunter.com/popular, trendhunter.com/popular. And what you can see today, this week, this month, what is popular. Here's what's so powerful about this. Here, they don't just say that this is awesome. It is awesome. The proof's in the pudding. 45 political marketing stunts, top 100 gadget trends, top 100 design ideas, earthly artistic cafes, top 100 business trends in November, top 80 footwear trends. Are you already seeing how you could put together a book talking about this list of very hot, interesting, trendy stuff? Let's go on. Temporary supermarket bars. What? That's what? Right? Top 100 gadget trends. Top 55 luxury products. Antique-inspired modern toys. Incredible market, by the way. Incredible market. Top 100 food product ideas in November. I mean, you can create recipe books, right? That alone, food product ideas, you just bring it in and boom, you're done. Here's another one, flavor infusing indoor grills. By the way, so if you're into products or e-com at all, this is the intersection or one of the intersections of e-com and Kindle. It really truly is. Just put on your thinking cap and you'll see exactly how that plays out. 50 startup concepts in November. You could write a book. This is so straightforward. Let me give you 47 great ideas for your new startup business. And of course, you come up with a better title than that, but you could just imagine looking at this. The research is done for you. You already know it's a trend. You already know it's hot. You just put your own words to it. You just walk right through. You're not stealing. You're not doing any of that. You're just borrowing the ideas, putting in your own flavor, no pun intended for some of these, and you rock and roll. Yeah, as Rachel says, thank you, Rachel. Wow, there really is no excuse. How about your actual outline? That's the idea. That's the research. If you have nothing, TrendHunter. Thank you, John. There you go. How about the outline, though? I promise the outline. You open your favorite text editor. You visit a website called Quora. Type in the number 7 if yes, you've heard of Quora. Type in the number 8 if you have not heard of Quora. 7 yes, 8 is no, about Quora. Okay, I'm seeing a nice mix there, and that's not too unexpected. Okay, nice, yep. A few more 7s than yeses, okay. All right, so you visit Quora and you grab the very best ideas based on whatever market or niche you're going to go into, or you just go there and start your research right on Quora. This is great stuff. You add your thoughts and your what I call experience notes, almost like case studies or what you think about it. You know how you ever see those books that have like editors notes and things? Anything you want to add, you add in your thoughts and your experience right along with what you find on Quora, and then you just rearrange everything. Imagine taking like Post-it notes, boom, 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 boom. You rearrange, you put stuff in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that makes sense, boom, you're done. And for the entire book, and if you want, for every single chapter, you create an intro and a summary. So if you did it by chapter, intro, summary, intro, summary, intro, summary, or for the entire book, the intro, your flavor, and of course at the end of the book, your summary. Simple. I mean, this is stuff you can easily talk about because it's yours and your interpretation of this, okay? Because you've already done the research in effect and you already know this stuff. So the demo is very, very straightforward. Let's say that we're looking at putting together a book on speed reading. Speed reading, not writing, but speed reading. Kind of fun. Okay, speed reading. And when you do that, you'll land on a topic, right? You do some searching like, oh yeah, okay, here's a topic, speed reading. Check this out. 573 questions have been asked, and in large part they've been answered. By the way, I didn't define Quora before, but I'll define it or explain it this way. Quora is a human sort of search engine, or question and answer machine. People ask questions, people come in and answer those questions. In some cases, the questions are asked by very intelligent people, sometimes they're not, and in other cases, you've got people coming in with great experience, maybe scientific backgrounds, maybe world experience, maybe they're inside companies and they're explaining things from the private sector, whatever, and they'll come in and they'll answer those questions. Again, questions, answer, question, answer. Take a look at this, 573 questions, 55,000 followers. So you know that there's great demand. So you already know that there's demand without going to Amazon or doing any Amazon research at all. You already know there's built-in demand for this topic as you're putting together this book. You already know it. If I were to scroll down on this page, a couple of things that are kind of cool pop out, and I'll just briefly mention them. For example, we figure out things like, oh, this is how speed reading is done, how speed reading is accomplished. So the answer is right there. And tools and URLs and links are provided. Here's an example of an app, an online tool, right? Spreeder.com. It tells you what Spreeder is. Spreeder, speed reader, I guess, essentially helps you train your brain to recognize shapes of words. Well, here we go. Associate the shape of a word with the mental image. So you're getting the how, you're getting the why, you're getting the tools, and it goes on. Take a look at this. This is another answer that someone has provided. Here's a secret system that you take and build into your book that you talk about. The SQ5R reading strategy. Someone's given it to you. I never heard of this before. SQ5R. With an SQ5R, a quick scan of the tapestry of content, preface, index, appendix, blah, 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 and on, right? It shows you everything. These people are giving you the keys to the kingdom to their very, very best ideas and content, and you're just kind of grabbing bits and pieces to drop into an outline however you want. But this is a secret system. People love secret systems. They're right in front of you right there. You just hit Quora, and they are delivered on a silver platter. Is this not exciting? This is like a thrill ride. This is like whoa, man, this is awesome. It truly is, because it's right there in front of you. Now that you know what you're doing and why you're doing it and what the end goal is and how you can do it again and again like a machine and produce the numbers. Okay, 41 minutes later, here's an outline. Remember, I opened a text editor. Right, here I am on Quora, there's my smiling face. I just took notes as I went. Hey, speed reading is about reading the shape of words. Hey, why people fail to read faster. Where can I speed read? What's the importance of speed reading? Paper, emails, Kindle, tablets, phone, right? Kindle, tablets, and speed reading tips and tricks. Font size, use your finger, right? This is the reason why. It reduces eye strain, and so on and so on. Subvocalization, it's all there. I'm just taking some quick notes. I'm just making an outline. It's just an outline that I understand from doing some very, very basic research, the most basic research on the planet from smart, crazy, intelligent people. The better thing here even about Quora is that, get a load of this, the people that give the best answers get voted up. So you don't even have to figure out who's smart, who's good, who's leaving great answers. They're being voted up. The market is doing the work for you. Other people are putting the content out there and they're jacking it up. They're making it float or rise to the top, cream to the top, cream to the top. You got it? There it is, speed reading book, ready to be spoken. I've got my outline. I just talk. I just talk about this. I just talk about it and I've got a book. We are ready to do the video. There's Smiling John, ready to do his video. I mean, you got it. I mean, come on now. This is insanely powerful. And take a look at this. This took 47 minutes. This book right here, Juggernaut Wake Up, because I knew what I was talking about. I was all ready to go. Guess what? Bestseller. Juggernaut Wake Up, bestseller. And there it is. I just spoke it out, right? Hug it out, love it out, man. I just spoke it out, bestseller. And all I was doing is just talking about something that I knew, something that I had a very, very basic structure in place, and I just spoke. You can always, here's another thing too, and I know Ty agrees with this 100%. You can always go back and easily edit the content, especially because it's your content if you're doing it. If you're the one speaking the content especially, editing it is fast and easy. But if you don't want to edit it, guess what? You can outsource that too. Pennies on the dollar. There are people that will do this for you again and again. So it's fast and it's easy, yeah? I mean, and you lather, rinse, repeat. This is the machine This is the machine you've been waiting for, okay? The entire case study that I just went through, I went through a little fast. I had to for the sake of time, right? I'm going to respect your time. That's inside the members area waiting for you, the entire case study, all the bits and pieces. I show you exactly how that's done. It's already inside. My members already have access to that, so that's awesome, right? Total kaboom moment. Type in kaboom. Type in kaboom. It's fun. It's a good word. Kaboom, right? Then there's kaboom. Type in kaboom, right? I'm seeing the kabooms fly in, of course. This is like really something. This is truly a game changer. So what you're really doing is you're turning ideas into money. Huh? You are. You're turning ideas into money. In many cases, they are other people's ideas. You're just piggybacking on their ideas. Idea to outline, if you don't have anything to talk about, that is. Idea to outline to video. We know that. We got that now. That's straightforward. Like, oh, John, how? That's how. You know how to book. So it's idea to book. Books mean money. Books mean royalties. Books mean assets. Books mean your legacy and impact and influence and authority. Type yes right now. I love the kabooms. That's great. You can type in kaboom or type in yes right now if you're thrilled with what I've delivered and what you've learned so far. I want to know. This is great. I love you guys. You're so interactive. This is so powerful. I know Ty sees this and appreciates this as well. Now this is great. It truly is great, right? But now I need to share, it's a very, very dirty secret, and most people would leave this out, but not me. I put it out there. This is something they just will not, and in many cases they can't, because they're talking theory, and I talk, this is how you do it. Here's the exact tactic for doing it. But there is a dirty little secret. If you want a lot of money, right? Not just money, but you want a lot of money. You really want a business. You want to be a publisher. A book alone is not enough. I mean, Ty said that earlier. And in fewer and more eloquent words here. A single book ain't enough, right? One book isn't enough if you want big royalties and a growing royalty stream. One book is not enough. It's in fact crazy rare that your very, 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 very first book will hit #1 bestseller status. It can be done, by the way. Many of my students have done that. But the very, very first one you put out there, difficult, challenging. No one wants to talk about that, but that's because they don't have a system to allow the creation of as many books as you want. 20, 30, 50, 100, perhaps thousands per year. Therefore, logically, we know we need to crank out books. We need to crank out books. We need to be publishers. Quantity is a shortcut to success, to a massive pile of royalties, a growing stream of royalties over time. The ultimate shortcut, however, even better than quantity, is marketing, straight up marketing, selling, marketing in a very, very precise way. You and I both know, and you know I'm right. We know it, right? I'm right. It's a shortcut, and it's better than quantity. Quantity is great, but marketing trumps them, okay? Imagine quantity and genius marketing. Again, #1 bestseller, boom, after the book was launched, pretty much a dead book, but then revived, brought back from the dead. Can be done. That's marketing. Plus this. How about showing up, right? Love him or hate him. Love him or hate him. I don't care about the politics. I really, truly don't. I really rise above that, and I know you rise above that as well. Look at this. Hot new release. There I am. Hot new release, and by the way, right near Donald Trump, right? Competing against Trump, not beating him at this time. I think I might have actually edged him out for a short while. Rankings can go up, they can go down. Marketing, of course, will push the ranking up or down of your book. But look at this, #4 in a very highly competitive category. Again, love him or hate him, it doesn't matter. Look at who I'm next to. Look at the books that I am next to. And again, this is a matter of quantity, cranking out books, and marketing in a very intelligent way. Now, this includes something else, very, very important. Obviously, the sales from a launch or from a relaunch. You can relaunch as many times as you want. People fail to recognize that and realize that, hey, I launched my book, now I'm done. Let the market take over, let's see what happens. No, you go back and you relaunch at will. You relaunch your best books, the ones that are most likely to get traction again for the longest period of time, and you make the investment as appropriate. Making an investment in yourself, in effect, and growing your business as a result. One book, boom, right? the units going through the roof and doing this as many times as you want. Okay? Now, I didn't even get into this, and quite frankly, I just don't have time to get into this today. I need to respect your time, Ty's time, and my time as well. A lot of respect here. But when you do your marketing the right way, really my way, to be blunt about it, doing marketing the intelligent way, you will show up in major media. Okay? CBS, NBC, Fox, NBC again, ABC. I'm showing up in major media. My book is launching and showing up in major media. Fox again. Okay? So what that tells you is that when you launch your book or relaunch a book, when you do that, you gain authority, power, and control in your marketplace. If you do it again and again and again, it's like a heartbeat. Don't, as much as you want. You rank like a crazy man or a crazy woman, a crazy entrepreneur. You gain that authority, which is incredible, right? As seen on, right? Or as featured on, right? Obviously, it just plain works. Eternal momentum. Last forever. Momentum as much as you want at whatever trajectory, whatever level you want, the irrefutable proof, the legacy pillar that I had mentioned before. I want you to have what I have and what my students have as well, to have the same advantages, right? We talk about, oh, geez, well, he has an advantage that I don't have. I want you to have the exact same advantages I have and my students have, right? To be part of that. And I want you to have what you deserve. I want you to get what you deserve. Outside of everything that's going on in this crazy world of ours, I want you to control your own destiny. I want you to own it. I want you to have the impact that you deserve as well. And that's why I'm so proud to introduce to you Juggernaut K Profits. Now you're getting access to the Ignition virtual event. It's a never-fail approach for picking your money niche. And I've got more secret sources of book content to share with you if you loved the secret source I revealed earlier that most people don't even know about. In fact, you did not know about. I share more of these sources. And there's also an ultimate plan B that allows you to always win that I'm providing to you as well. And there's also a branding secret that no one knows about that allows you to stand out unlike anyone else in your market or your niche. Even the most competitive markets and niches, you can stand out in a very unique and interesting way. It's already available on demand in the members area as well. You get access to the Acceleration virtual event. It's not just a matter of putting the book together or launching it, but accelerating the growth and the profits. There is a certain way of doing this, speed crafting the content with Google Hangouts and other tools that I could not get into today, unfortunately. I've got what I call the APE system, APE, right? It's for ultimate fast growth, extreme growth here. It is wonderful. My students absolutely love it. And there's a very, very simple way of list building. The money's in the list, right? Well, at least gives you influence, even if all the money isn't in the list, right? There are royalties that are baked right in to your list. And I have a full case study for you as well. If you love case studies and examples and over the shoulder, full case study. And there's even like a weird fun. If you like my energy, if you love my energy, you got to have it, right? Because you get access to the weird content system utilized by Flash Gordon, Buck Rogers, Captain America even. I'm not kidding. Flash Gordon, Buck Rogers, and beyond. It's already available for you. I'm just getting started here, though. Obviously, tremendous value already. I'm going to show you exactly how to score #1 bestseller with what you've got or what you're building. And book after book, it's up to you how much and how often, right? There's very, very specific training that, look, I love this. It guarantees a #1 bestseller. This has been proven to work over 300 times, okay? 300 times #1 bestsellers. You can get the white glove treatment where it's totally done for you. Scoring of the bestseller and all of the hand holding, it's beyond that, it's done for you. Okay, and that's already available for you as well, right? I literally just used this a short while ago to hit #1 yet again. It's almost like, you know, it's one of those things where you want to hit a #1 bestseller in your market, your niche for your book, sure. There's also what I like to call the 1 penny media miracle. You want to show up in major media for authority, power, and control? Great. I guarantee you will show up in major media. And you can also get ranked in Google. That means you get all the backlinks as well. You are auto-building these assets that are very powerful as well. I've got your back totally, like I have today. You can trust what I've got here. 1 penny major media miracle. You use blankety blank for guaranteed results. I guarantee it. I mean, this is like, oh yeah, whatever. You want to show up in major media? No problem. Let's do it. Easy 159 value. Let's keep going. I'm not done yet. And I could have, by the way, I could have inflated this. I could have stopped right here and inflated the value and said, okay, it's worth $5,000. Give me $2,000 right now, and you'd love it. And I know that because people have done that in the past. But I'm going to keep going. Book outlining in 41 minutes. I'm going to show you, as you look over my shoulder, exactly how to build out the book outline that you need for your book in your market, your niche. I've got a two-part real-world case study. This is not theory. This is exactly how I do it. It's very exciting. And there's also an exploitation system. I just didn't have time to get into it, and there are some things that I will not reveal in public, and I do it using Quora. And there's also something important here is that I'm going to give you access to my #1 favorite content X-ray tool that really, in effect, allows you to know exactly what keywords are critical for the title of your book, and also words and phrases to be using that magnetically attract new buyers and also have a great influence on the reviews that you get for your book. You can jack those reviews right up, and the Content X-Ray does that for you, does the work for you. It's already available. I've got Checklist Money case study bonus available for you as well. What this comes down to is I had mentioned earlier, and then we went through an example together about how you create video. Well, there's certain things that you can do with that video to create not just Kindle books, but information products, multiple information products. A book, by the way, a Kindle book or a CreateSpace book, those are just information products. While there are other types of information products you can create, and I show you how with the Checklist Money case study. And by the way, I have 7 secret sales secrets that I've only revealed to my $1,000 clients that I decided to put into K-Profits for you as well. And by the way I like to put it is, look, if you're selling a 99-cent Kindle book, why not make $27.97 or even $1,000 with the exact same content? I talk about that, and in fact, I show you how to do it. That's leverage, right? Now, obviously, over $1,000 of real value. Any one of these I could pull out and sell individually, okay? But I will not, and I do not do that. I'm also going to give you as a bonus today live video presentation secrets. You'll know exactly if you want to show your face. I'll show you exactly how to show your face in the most effective way, the newscaster style video. This is perfect for Google Hangouts. I'll show you what's working right now, what's going to keep working in perpetuity, right, into infinity. And there's also a certain way, a secret sauce, methodology, right, a strategy, in fact, that shows you exactly how to do this the right way. By the way, I've set you up, this is zero. This is real world. This cost $77, zero cost to you. Bonus, totally. Instagenius training, if you don't know much about YouTube, you know, you're like, YouTube, I'm not really sure. I show you how to conquer the editor, how to do YouTube ads fast and easy if you care about that, right? Some automation secrets as well. Live streaming and how to capitalize on that. Analytics if you care about that. Video manager, the dashboard. Basically, if you want to know more about YouTube, and squeezing every ounce of cash you can out of YouTube, I show you how to do that. It's very powerful, right? Add it up, $1,200 of value. I'm not done yet. I'm going to give you the Hangout Instagenius training as well. 15 trainings, very, very short, right to the point, about doing Hangouts specifically, very specifically Hangouts, because obviously that's what I showed you today, and that's what you need to know. And there's also some do's and don'ts that you need to know about as well. Very powerful. Very, very important that you get your hands on this to do it the right way. I'm also going to give you access to one of my very, very favorite trainings, Juggernaut Audacity. And look, a lot of the books that I create, quite frankly, between you and I don't use video. I just do audio. I fire up Audacity. Audacity itself is free, but it's kind of tricky the very first time to set up and to use. But once you do, it's like, oh, geez, this is so easy. So I show you exactly how to utilize, how to download, how to set up the software and everything else, setting it up to recording, editing, and way, way more. In fact, my #1 best-selling book, one of the recent ones that I've done, I used Audacity. This is great. Juggernaut Audacity is a delightful, delightful bonus. $1,300 value, obviously. Now stop. You're not going to pay that, right? You're not going to pay $1,320 because you promise that you'll create your book, you're going to launch it, and you're going to score a bestseller, right? This is for action takers. This is for someone just like you. In fact, this is for you. This is absolutely for you and cranking out that book, and you promise that you're going to take action on this. You also feel good about this. You hear and feel my energy. You see the value as well, right? You're not going to pay $7.97 because you're done making excuses. You're sick of failure, struggling to make this happen, and you believe in your future. And very, very importantly, I believe in you and I believe in your future, and I have confidence in you. You're not going to pay $4.97, and you should. Honestly, it's worth every single penny if you paid $1,000, and absolutely it's a bargain. It's a steal, in fact, at $4.97, but not today. You're going to take action right now. I'm going to drop the link in for you. I've got a couple more things quick that I want to drop in for you as well, but that is the link, K-Profits, straight up, jugsnip.com/Cohen, as in Ty Cohen, C-O-H-E-N, jugsnip.com/Cohen. I've dropped it in for you there, $2.97. Invest right now. Of course, you're investing in the training, the access, the tools, and all of the benefits, but you're really investing in yourself. You really, truly are investing in yourself in this very uncertain world, in the world of chaos, where you don't feel like you're in control. This gives you that control. This gives you those assets. In fact, as I like to say, it gifts them to you. They're there. They're there, yours, waiting to be taken. Okay, but there's a little bit more here too. I want to cover something that's very, very important. Right? Guarantee number one, meaning that there's more than one guarantee, so stick with me here. When you follow the 30-minute training provided in the members area, I guarantee that when you follow that 30-minute training, you will score a bestseller. I guarantee that if you follow that training, you will score a bestseller. And if you want someone else to do it for you, there is a path to do that. So you can do it yourself, which is straightforward, right? It'll take a little bit of time, not a whole lot, take a little time, get through the training, or you can white glove it, have someone else do it for you. But I guarantee you will score a bestseller if you do that. Guarantee number two, equally as important, if not more important, especially if you care about your brand, your presence, your authority, your confidence, what you can use again and again in other marketing materials on your blog, on Facebook. When you invest just 1 penny in the major media miracle, that's why I call it the 1 penny major media miracle, I guarantee you're going to show up on ABC, NBC, CBS. Okay, other places as well. I've seen people show up on the Wall Street Journal. I've seen them show up in, obviously, Fox as well. They show up all over the place. I guarantee you will show up in major media. I guarantee it for 1 penny. Okay, that's the way I can give you access. It's very, very powerful for 1 penny. Obviously, you're getting a 75% plus discount. I'm doing this as a favor, of course, to Ty. Ty brought me on. He was like, John, I know normally, boy, you know, this should be $1,000, $500, $297 gets you in. You got to take action on this right now. But Ty brought me in. I love the energy here, and I knew it ahead of time coming in. I have great respect for Ty and his audience, his crowd. I have great respect for you because you're here as a result of Ty calling you in. This makes sense, right? If you liked what you saw today, you will absolutely love what I've got inside the members area. And you're getting a tremendous discount here. Like I said, it's about 75, maybe 80% off, and it's the right thing to do because I want you in. And one of the reasons why I do that, you might be wondering, well, John, why the crazy discount? That doesn't smell right. I don't understand. Well, look, I very often work on volume, and Ty brings the heat. By you being with me and making the investment, you and I can grow our businesses together. And guess what happens? When you grow your business and you make money, the royalties are coming in, what happens? You're going to reinvest in yourself right along and through me. I have other trainings. I have other coaching available. It's extremely expensive, and so it's not available to most people. Like I said, I've got $1,000 per hour clients, but that's out of reach for most people. This training, Juggernaut K Profits, as a result of Ty Cohen bringing you in, you get a massive discount so you and I can get closer and I can work on volume, and the right folks like you can work with me and I can work with you, and our businesses grow together. Let me know when you're in, by the way. Type in I am in so we see that behind the scenes. I want to see that, and I know that Ty wants to see that as well. Guarantee number 3. Whoa, John, you've got 3 guarantees. Absolutely. Of course I have this guarantee. If you're not delighted, I don't want you just to be like, oh yeah, that's pretty good training. I want you to be thrilled. I want you to be delighted beyond measure right? Your bestseller status, your media placement, or any of the training, okay? Or your money back. Okay, and you can see that on the order page as well. 297 gets you in. Now there's something else that I decided to add. In fact, I was going to edit this out. I've only done this one or two other times, and this is a big deal, right? Ty didn't know I was going to do this. He knew about a lot of things, but he didn't know this. What I'm going to do, and it's a fast action bonus. I've got to see that you're in. We've got to see the timestamp because of the number of people. The next 7 people will have exclusive one-to-one life-changing access to me for 20 minutes. As I said, I charge $1,000 per hour for this kind of advice. This is hundreds of dollars in your pocket. In fact, it fully wipes out the investment that you're making today. You're net even. We can talk about the niche you're going into, the market that you're looking at. We can talk about putting together your outline for your book. We can talk about your marketing plan. We can talk about the assets that you already have, books that you already have published. We can talk straight up about money and dividends and investing, growing your royalty stream. We can talk about anything that you want. It'll be 20 minutes to maximize your life, your business, your Kindle books, other books, your business. It's time that I'm giving to you. I'm seeing the I'm-ins flood in. We'll have to take a look here. I don't know how long these 7 spots will remain. I can't go look right now, Ty, so I'm kind of be watching right now.
Yeah, I was just going to say, John, you know, the very end, I think that was what pushed. We had a lot of people that were coming in before you even mentioned this, but I think that you just being able to go in and provide this one-on-one, which is unheard of in our industry, right? Like, who does that? Like, people really don't do that. So I think that these folks really see the value in that. So we have the IMs coming in. Here's one thing that I do want to stress, folks. Please make sure that you go in and list your name, put I'm in, so that you don't lose your spot. Lori says, John rocks. Absolutely, Lori. I totally agree. Not just in the value that he's giving you, right? Just on this presentation, but everything that you're getting as part of this program on top of how inexpensively you're getting it at. Now, we're coming up against the holidays pretty soon, right? As parents, as husbands, as wives, as grandparents, right? As caretakers, we always do things for everyone else and we neglect ourselves. This needs to be your Christmas gift, your holiday gift to yourself. It's only $297, and that was because, right? Honestly, I have no idea why he's priced it at $297. Now, if you watch my webinars week to week, you know that typically we sell our trainings for $1,000. $297 is your Christmas gift, your holiday gift, your early gift to yourself. Do something for yourself, right? That is going to make a change. That is going to be an investment. I don't want to sound preachy here, but I'm not about trinkets. I could care less about spending money on material things. I'm all about spending money on things that are going to give me a return. This is going to give you a return. This is something that you can inexpensively get in at. And on top of that, I got to be honest with you, I'm a little bit pissed because John's giving away some of the secrets. He actually gave away some on the webinar, and that is quantity, right? And then not only that, but he's giving you a way to achieve that in an easy, systematic way. So go in, do it. Jackie is in. We've got Richard that's in. We've got Chris that's in. We have another Richard that's in. We've got Richard in Michigan that's in. We've got Elke, I hope I'm pronouncing it. The names they're flying in, so they're coming in. Go in, get yours, and get yours. I can't even talk right now. I'm so excited about this damn thing. But get it.
It's nuts, right? I mean, let's face it, Ty. Let's face it. It's absolutely nuts. And like I said, I operate because, Ty, you bring so many people, you bring the heat. This is about volume, and this is about getting you to a place where you ought to be, where you deserve to be. So many people are like, I can't afford it, I can't do it, what about me? Those guys, you know what I'm saying? Those guys are able to do it. This gets you, this levels the playing field, and then we can grow together. By the way, if you're successful, here's why it works for Ty as well, because this is, you know, it's a paltry sum. Here's why it works for Ty. Because when you're successful, And as the royalties are coming in, you are reinvesting as well with Ty. Plus, it allows Ty to bring in people like me, or me again, right? I have other trainings, right? It allows Ty to bring in folks like me and provide yet more value and invest more into Ty and Ty's training. So your success is on Ty's mind. You know, I mean, he's a good man. What you do and how you do it and your success matters to him, but he's also a bloodthirsty capitalist. I'll tell you that too. He's a wonderful man, but he's also a bloodthirsty capitalist. And what I mean is that he understands that by you getting in and you taking action and you making money, he will make more money.
Right.
Everyone wins though. See, this is a win, 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 win. This is true. You know, you don't see this much in life where it's truly a win all the way around. I win with volume and I win with reinvestment. Ty wins with goodwill, bringing in people like me or me, right? And you making money, so he will make more money as he sells more awesome trainings and software and so forth to you. And you win and your family and your community wins because you have the tools, you've been brought up to a point where you're actually able to do what we do if you apply yourself. Now, if you don't, I mean, there's no guarantee of success if you don't actually apply some of the, you know, if you don't apply a few, I mean, we're not talking about spending weeks here either. This isn't like set up and wait and pray and like, what'll happen in 2-3 weeks. This is pretty fast stuff. This is literally a few hours. We're getting near the weekend. You could crank this out on the weekend. You could actually have your very first book put together in a weekend very easily. I know Ty also has training on making the magic happen. Man, this is like Wonder Twin Powers activate, right? You put together Ty's trainings, you put together the Juggernaut K profit system, and boom. I mean, this is like, I'm telling you, it's like peanut butter and chocolate. This is wonderful. Now listen, there's another thing here that people often ask. John, can I bring in a partner? You know, I have a business partner. What about my family? Can I work with my son, my daughter? Can I work with my sister? I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Don't abuse it. You can bring in, you know, another person or maybe two if it's your family. I'm all for the family. If it's a business partner or someone you want to partner up with, that's perfectly fine as well. If you are working for someone else and they need to make the investment on your behalf, that's okay as well. So if you need to take it to your employer, you've got a day job and this fits into their business, by all means, make that happen. That's okay with me as well. Just again, don't abuse it. This is not, you know, free for all access for like 50 people. Couple of people, small circle of trust, and let's make that happen. Now, another question that has come up, Ty, and I see this from time to time. Hey, wait a minute. How much are the OTOs? Now, OTO, if you don't know, to be clear, one-time offer, also means upsells or cross-sells. There ain't none of that. Okay, there are no OTOs. There are no upsells. There's absolutely none of that. $297 gets you access to everything that I've gone through with you today. The ignition event, the acceleration event, they're already available in there. The training and the system available for scoring a #1 bestseller, the 1 penny major media miracle already available. The book outlining system, the checklist money system, the Insta-Genius trainings, Juggernaut, it's all there. It's already available, and there's no other fees. Well, there's a penny. I'm sorry, it's going to cost $297.01. It's going to cost you one more penny to activate the major media miracle. Sorry about, you know, I'd cover that if I could, but I literally can't cover that, and you'll understand why when you get into the members area. Okay. Yeah, so this is pretty powerful. And by the way, you can go in and use credit card. I see a couple comments like, hey, it's PayPal. Yeah, go over there and you can pay through credit card with PayPal. All right, so you can do that easy.
Hey John, and also I want to mention, you just mentioned PayPal. PayPal has a new feature that's called PayPal Credit as well. So if you don't have the money right now, you can go in, and this is only for those of you that are in the United States, and see if you can apply for PayPal Credit if you can, and make this purchase. If you do have funds on your PayPal account, use that. If you do have funds on your credit card, use that, and then just pay it back off, right? My last closing remark, John, before I pass it over to you, because I know you want to do a Q&A, and then I'm not going to interrupt you on the Q&A. So,
Great,
but
great.
No matter where you are right now, whether you are someone who has, 50, 60, 100 Kindle books, or you're just starting and you don't have a clue as to where you want to get started at, get access to this product if no more than to get access to John. Okay, because you're getting access to him as part of this. I think it was what was it, 7 or so, and we might have even maxed out on that. If I'm not checking the numbers, but that in itself is extremely valuable. I just joined a coaching program that was $5,500 just to get access to the individual. All right, because I'm at a level that I've hit a ceiling on, and I'm like, okay, well, let me get access to this person that's doing 3 times what I'm doing now, and this is outside of Kindle publishing, and I paid over $5,000 to get access to him. So pay the $300 just to get access to John. I mean, it's pennies in a bucket compared to what you could make. One of my favorite sayings is, don't worry about how much it's going to cost you. Think about how much it's going to make you. And with that, I'm out, John. The show is yours. Answer Q&A, ask him questions, and have a ball.
Sounds great, Ty, and thank you very, very much. And I'll hit some of the questions here, so take care. So yeah, one of the things I did want to point out as well, I saw some questions, and I'm glad I was able to put this together. I'm bringing it up from the appendix, so to speak. But I did grab a couple of screenshots to really make something super, super clear to you, and you should see it on the screen. Now type in screen, because I paused it for a minute and I brought it back, that you see a bunch of yellow and errors. Just type in the word screen if you would. I want to show you something that's really, really important, and it's to emphasize something that many people forget about. Can you see the screen? Just type in the word screen. I'm concerned that you can't see it. Type in screen. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. Great, great, great. Now they're flooding in. Okay, so take a look. This is over in Google News, and you can see best-selling author, right? Best-selling author again, best-selling author again, best-selling author, and it goes on and on and on and on, millions of results. What this tells you is that you can and you should, once you've scored your best-selling book, especially your #1 best-selling book, right? If you're a #1 bestseller, you can obviously say #1 best-selling author. If you're a best-selling author, not a #1 best-selling author, you can just go ahead and use best-selling author. And you can use that again and again and again for any presentation, any news item. You can put it on your resume. If you're looking at getting into a college or a school, you're looking for a new job, or you're looking for a promotion, you can very ethically and reasonably say, look, I'm a best-selling author, and here's the book that I created. Imagine walking into a room, not really knowing a whole lot of people, and you're not really sure what to talk about, and you realize it strikes you like lightning, like I'm a best-selling author, I'm a #1 best-selling author. You will always have something to talk about once you score your best-selling book, and certainly if you have a #1 best-selling book, you're all set. And then you can talk about your book, you can talk about the content, and guess what? You don't just say, hey, I'm a #1 best-selling author, because you're going to crank out more than one book with the K-Profit system. You are going to talk about being a publisher. Imagine telling other people that you're a publisher, not just an author, which is awesome, but you are indeed and in fact a publisher, because once you've published more than one book, you really are a publisher. With book #2, #3, #4, you are now a publisher with a full-blown and very, very powerful business. And the recurring revenue, that royalty stream, is beautiful. You can launch your book again and again. You can use the 1 penny major media miracle again and again. You can do this again and again. You can use the white glove service if you don't want to do any of the work for scoring the bestsellers, #1 bestsellers. If you don't want to do the work yourself, you want to fire off a few bucks to have it done for you, you can do that. But you can only get access through me and through the training today. Okay? Very, very powerful. Now questions, I see a few more. Many of them I've actually been able to answer behind the scenes here, which is wonderful. If you've got a question, type it in right now. And I have a question for you. If you have not made the investment, why not? What's holding you back from making the investment in K-Profits right now? I've dropped the link there. You need to get over to that page. Obviously, you're covered by a triple guarantee. So I need to know what's holding you back. Like, what's going on? Al, welcome. What's holding you back, if anything? No, I see some questions here. No, I don't know if you're one of the 7, but here's what I'm going to do, and I'll talk to Ty about this later as well. what I'll do is, if you're hearing my voice, if you are hearing my voice on this webinar, okay, I will give you access to 20 minutes of my time. I'll make sure that my priority support team knows about this, and that I've, in effect, I'm sure I've gone past the 7, but I will, as a favor to Ty and to do the right thing, because I know that some people are on, this is a big deal. I know that you might be on the order page and you wanted to make sure your question was answered, or maybe I was in the middle of saying something and someone sort of jumped in front of you. Look, I get it. I want to make sure that you've got your block of 20 minutes so we can sit down together. We'll jump on a call and we'll talk about whatever is best for you, your business, your book or your books, and being a publisher and making the magic happen, okay? This is very powerful. jugsnip.com/Cohen. And again, I guarantee that when you make the investment, because you're hearing my voice now, and Ty has been so gracious to bring me in. Again, it's such a privilege to be here and an honor. I have such respect for Ty. I want to extend that to you. I'm not trying to push the scarcity, by the way, with the 7 people, but the reality is my time is extremely, extremely valuable to me. I've got clients that regularly pay me $1,000 per hour because I basically just, explode their mind. I totally take their business and in a very short period of time completely rearrange what they're doing. I help them figure out what their funnels are going to be, how to grow their email list, how to maximize every minute that they spend as authors and as publishers, or even their business and expanding. We even talked about stock market investing. So I'm an avid stock market investor. I've got plans for how I do that. I got a system for doing that. There have been people that have paid me $1,000 per hour just to sort of, between you and I, shoot the shit about it, and we go through it and we work on their portfolio. And you can get there as well. You can do the exact same thing. And so I'm excited. I'm so excited for you, but you do have to make the investment so that we can spend that time together. But put my time off to the side for a minute. I want you to focus on what you're going to do with this training. Okay, because this answers one of the questions. What's the very first thing that you should do? The very first thing that you should do is get your book published. Get book number 1. If you don't already have one published, get your book published, okay? And the number one problem people have, honestly, is getting that content cranked out. Most folks know what they would write, and if you don't, I make sure that you know exactly where and how to do the research. We covered some of that today. But the big deal is cranking out the content really, really fast, because when you do things in the form of quantity, volume, when you do that, it's like let 1,000 flowers bloom. You know that many of them, not all of them, but many of them are going to be beautiful. Many of them are going to be wonderful. Many of them will smell perfect. Many of them will be so beautiful that they will drive cash into your pocket month after month without any work. That's the nature of having a publishing business. You start off as an author, you move into the publisher role. That's exciting. I love it. I love it. And I see people here where this has really transformed their lives, things that they have never seen before, and they've never experienced my energy. It comes from a certain place, and I can share that with you. In fact, I do share that with you in the training as well. And I've got some other things as well that I can share with you one-to-one if you're interested. For example, in my morning routine, some of the things that I do are incredible when it comes to production that anyone can do if they know and if they do what I do. Okay? I love what Linda says here. I'm almost 70 and have a lifelong dream of basically getting a book written and actions that are required to publish the stories that I have written. So how is that done? You know, why do you want to do it? Linda, you've got the drive, you've got the passion, and it answers one of the questions that I've seen asked, right? One of those questions is, well, John, you know, do I have to have the same energy and passion as you? Well, no, you don't have to. If you do, great, right? Because then you're going to have production at over 150 words per minute. If you don't and you're at 125 words per minute or 100 words per minute, that's still dramatically faster than the average person typing. The average person types at about 43 or 44 words per minute with 2 to 3 errors per minute. Let me say that again. The average typist, 42, 43, maybe 44 words per minute with 2 to 3 errors per minute. This, on the other hand, this system gives you 150 words per minute, typically. That's for the average speaker, 150 words per minute. And they're, in many cases, they're your words. So you know exactly what the content is, and it's very, very, very exciting. I'm excited for you. I'm seeing a lot of people saying, John, I'm so excited. Okay, so we've answered that. I've answered that one as well. I'm taking a look. Okay, Martha, congratulations. Richard, congratulations. Okay, cool. Yeah, and if you want to see or you need to see a replay of this training, which in and of itself is profound, thank you. I see some great feedback. Thank you very much. You can thank Ty as well, of course, for bringing me in. But yes, the replay, unless something goes dramatically wrong or horribly wrong, there's a train wreck of some sort in the technological recording of this for some reason. My apologies for that, but you should be getting a replay of this so you can look over the training today as well. So if you'd like to share that with someone else, of course you can do that. Okay, I'm taking a look, and Martha, you're safe. Okay, and okay, Al, you are safe. Richard, you are safe. Yep, you'll be good. Zayed, you are safe, I believe. You are safe. So just you have to let me know that you're in. You absolutely need to make sure that I know, so we have the timestamp here. And I can look at the timestamps otherwise, just so I have them. So by the way, the reason for the timestamp, even though I've expanded things out in terms of the number of people, the reason for the timestamp and saying I'm in and letting me know is because obviously there's demand for my time, and we'll have to figure out when we can schedule you. And it will, you'll get priority. You will get priority by coming in sooner rather than later. And as far as actually getting that 20 minutes booked, yeah, what you'll do is you'll connect with my priority support team. In fact, I'm going to do something that I normally wouldn't do. JuggernautHelp@gmail.com. I think I saw a question earlier. Okay, John's, I'm just typing this in, John's priority support team. Okay, let me see if I've got that right. JuggernautHelp@gmail.com. So if you're having some sort of issue making your investment today, you can go to JuggernautHelp@gmail.com. That's an email address. Send a note into my priority support team, and they will help you out. We'll work with you and figure this out, okay? Also, as far as scheduling time, we will be doing that through my priority support team as well. They know my schedule. They can help handle what's going on with my calendar, my schedule, and that way we can coordinate. Yeah, and we can do it, by the way. We can do that at a time that's going to work for you, of course. Yep. Okay. So that's good. All right. I'm taking a look here. Oh, I saw a question that came in just a moment ago about being outside of the U.S. of A. So you're not in the U.S. Not a problem. Okay, not a problem. You can be outside the U.S. I've got clients and students from around the world, Australia, the U.K., South Africa, New Zealand. I'm trying to think of other countries right off the top of my head. Around Canada, Mexico. I've got folks from around the world who have access, who have taken action, who can make this work, right? And another related question about, utilizing this if you're outside the U.S., this obviously will work in other markets than other Amazon markets than Amazon.com. Okay, so this works outside of Amazon.com. You can tap into, Amazon.co.uk in a couple of creative ways and so on. So you have these other Amazon marketplaces as well that you can exploit pretty easily if you're from those countries or you want to tap into those countries. There was a question about my morning routine. Yeah, okay. So, John, is your daily routine list that you showed in the picture included in the program? And Linda, it is not directly, it's not directly in there, but I do use that as an example, and you can see much of what I cover in that. I tell you what, send a note to JuggernautHelp@gmail.com, and we'll talk about what I can give you access to or what's readily available to the public. I do have a very, very hardcore, crazy, awesome training specifically on the daily routine and some other things as well, and getting insane focus. Many people are interested in getting insane focus. So Linda, I understand that. Send a note in, juggernauthelp@gmail.com, and I'll see what I can do for you, because you're a fast action taker, and I appreciate that. Okay, other questions? Oh, I love this one. How about the technology, John? What about the technology issues? What about Mac versus PC, things like that? A couple different questions regarding technology. Okay, so as far as technology goes, as long as you have a browser, as long as you're here already, so you understand the internet enough to know that you can get into the members area, you can access the trainings, the tools and the templates and the material that's available. Virtually all of it, if not all of it, is all web accessible from pretty much any machine. So there's no worry there at all. Okay, and if you have access to YouTube, if you have access, basically to the internet and a web browser, you can make any of this work. There are some tools and there is some technology where if you wanted to use it, it's going to work better on a Mac versus a PC, or it's going to work better on a PC than a Mac, but it'll still work. By the way, an example, because I saw someone say, hey, can you give me an example of one of these pieces of technology, the software? Well, yeah, one of those examples is right there, Juggernaut Audacity. That's going to work on any platform. All right, that's going to work for you, but it's a little bit easier to use on one platform than another, one operating system than another. But it'll work on a Mac, it'll work on a PC, it'll work on Linux, right? It'll work. It works on all these different platforms. So anyhow, the point is that technology is not an issue. It is absolutely not an issue. Even with the video, by the way, like, hey, John, how about Hangouts? Hangouts are Google. Hangouts are YouTube. Therefore, if you can use YouTube, you can make the Hangouts work for you. Okay, really powerful. Yeah, Linda, I don't know if I have any clients or customers in Cozumel. I don't know. I'd have to have the team take a look and sort of scrub through the my customer data. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't know at least. Okay. We're running up against sort of a barrier of time. I do have to jump off soon, and I know that that Ty does as well. And again, I do want to point something out, right? Right here, being a best-selling author, there's nothing like it. I want you to imagine. In fact, you know what? I'm going to ask you a question. Let's get right down to it. What is the first book that you're going to publish? What's the first? That's a question I've got for you. Not a question for me, it's a question for you. What is the very first book that you're going to publish? What's it going to be about? Type it in. Type in the topic, type in maybe the keyword, type in the niche that you're going to go into. I want you to envision, I want you to picture yourself in the future with your first book. So if you know, I'd very, very much like to see exactly what book you're going to produce. Is it going to be a book on, maybe it's a children's story that's been passed down from your grandmother? Are you going to create a book on how about I don't know, speed typing, or writing, memory? Is it going to be about some physical product? Oh, I love this one. Marie says financial parenting. Oh, I love it. I just absolutely love it. Yep. This is good, Lori. This is powerful. How to find more customers for a pressure washing service business. Let me point something out. Lori, that's brilliant. I love it. It's absolutely brilliant, and this is the reason why. If you were to put in about 2 hours of I'll put it in quotes here, of work, if you put in 2 hours of work, Lori, that would be enough for a physical book. With a physical book, you now have what I call the ultimate business card. You can take that book and you can drop it into a FedEx package and send it to whomever you would like. And when that FedEx package shows up on someone's doorstep, it will be opened, and you know it as well as I do. That will be opened up because everyone opens the FedEx package. It's even more powerful than the Amazon packages in most cases, right? It's like, wow, priority. And imagine spending just a few dollars to have your physical book printed. It's very, very cheap, Very, very affordable. It truly is to have that book printed once you've got it, and then you drop it in that FedEx package, it shows up. That's going to cost you in total less than $20. And yet you can reach any decision maker that you want. You can reach any decision maker pretty much in the world with a FedEx package. They open it up. You could put anything on that cover. You could write something personal on the inside if you wanted to. There's a way of doing that. And it goes on and on and on. Is that not exciting, right? You can do that again and again. So that's a physical book is the ultimate business card. You can create a book on any topic that you would like and turn it into a print book, send it off, and boom. There's nothing more powerful. And compare a 3x5 little flimsy, chintzy business card compared to a book. Now imagine if you add some other things in there like, right, this is fun. Imagine adding on the fact that it's a #1 bestseller. Wow, now you're a #1 bestseller. And there's so many ways to make this work. It's just crazy, right? This one's great. Richard says his experience or their experience adopting 3 kids. So it could be adoption services, the whole thing. Something about adoption. Oh boy, we could tell the story. You could talk about how to do it. You could talk about the financial aspects, the parenting. I mean, this is powerful stuff. You guys are so powerful. This is so much. This is great. Kay, I love it. Kay is talking about cannabis. This is interesting. Edible chef, 30 years of experience in the cannabis industry. This is a hot industry, right? And with the recent elections, at least in the U.S., this is a social movement. This is a trend. This is a wave. And Kay, you can absolutely tap into that power. You can tap into that power. Also, yeah, cookbooks and food experience books. By the way, you can take pictures as well and tell stories about pictures you've taken and turn into photo books, photo logs. There's so many ways. You could actually, I'm not a financial advisor and I am not an accountant, but one of the things you can do is write off, I want you to wrap your brain around this because it's so much fun, it's so awesome, is you can go on a trip. You can travel the world, take pictures, and then write a book about your travels, your adventure, whether you're a chef or not, just writing about that story. And then you'll actually, like if the IRS is like, hey, why'd you write off this? How could you possibly have written off this trip that you took? You're like, hey, look, here's my book. Here's my #1 best-selling book, in fact, on this trip. Boom, proof positive that you have done it. This is powerful. I agree. I'm seeing so many people saying, wow, fireworks, I love this one. That's grand. It is grand. It's beautiful, isn't it? So picture yourself with your book. Picture seeing your book show up on Amazon. Or if your book is dead, you've published it, but it's dead, think about it rising up and now becoming a bestseller, because it can. In fact, it will if you follow through with the bestseller training or you use the white glove service. Powerful, powerful stuff. I'm very excited for you as well. Yeah, I'm seeing so many people, John, I'm excited. I'm super excited. Okay, I think that I have answered everything. Are there any other final critical last minute questions? There are so many people that are in. Congratulations to you as well. We are coming up on the top of the hour. I do have to spin off here in just a minute. Okay, I've only got just a minute or two left. I have very little time. Any other questions that I need to address? I think I'm in good shape here, though. I think you are in great shape. You need to make the investment right now. I'm going to drop that link in. One more time, get over to that page, okay? Definitely get over to that page. It's super important. Christine, I'm not sure if you are in and safe yet or not, but let's get in, okay? Make sure you're inside. That's very, very good. Okay, awesome. And Kay, it sounds like you're in. I'm pretty sure that you are. That's cool. Al, Richard, yep, very cool. Jackie, Zayed, okay, very cool. And I know there's others. I'm just trying to look at folks that I'm pretty sure have come in. Tony, yeah, Tony, absolutely. If you already do editing and proofreading and you have skill in that area, yeah, you absolutely can sort it all out. as far as putting things together even faster and more affordably. So Tony, yeah, you also need to make sure that you're in. I think I saw that you're in. Let me know when you are, and we'll have that. Okay, and then one last time, thanks. I think Ty might have had to step away for a minute there, so I might miss him here. Ty, thank you so much. You were a gracious host. I appreciate the behind-the-scenes assistance, the banter, working with you as well. It's such a, like I said, it's a privilege. It's an honor. You've got great folks here, super high energy. I've got great respect for you, and everyone here. Thank you for the interaction. I had a real blast. What excitement, what energy. I love it. I love what you are going to be doing. I love what you have already become. You're already on the path, and I just love that. And for those of you, of course, who have made the investment, I'm envious. I really am jealous. I'm envious of you having the exposure, having the training, having access. I'm jealous because I didn't have that when I got started. I clawed my way to the top. I really fought. I bashed my head against the wall. Maybe you've experienced that. And it's frustrating. It's pretty damn frustrating, if I may say. It's really, really tough when you're getting started and you don't know who to model, you don't know who to follow, you don't know who to get closer to. I spent my fair share of money following some of the wrong folks. And I just burned some of that money up. But, I did it blindly. Today, what you've got, which is so awesome, is you've already got exposure and experience with Ty, and you've got that experience and exposure with me. You know exactly what you're getting. You know the energy, you know the training, you know the quality, you know that I've got a real business, I've got the proof, I've shown you techniques and tactics that go above and beyond even my bold promise early on. So I'm a little bit jealous, I'm a little bit envious, because you get to basically cut the velvet rope and walk straight into the club. You get to go straight in. You're at the front of the line. And in fact, you get to jump over the rope, or you can cut through it, and you're already on the inside. You're one of the elite, one of the few. And I wish I had that. I wish I had this access. I wish I had this training. I wish I had this really unfair, but still legal, unfair advantage over all those other folks who are struggling in the market. I wish I had it. I just wish I had it. But, I'm here now, and I feel blessed, and I feel very fortunate that what I'm able to do is provide that to you, and that we will grow together through Juggernaut K profits and what you accomplish. So my pride, and also the fact that I know that I've done very well for myself, and this is my contribution, this is my way of giving back. Really, I shouldn't say that, because I didn't take anything, right? This is paying it forward, and you will pay it forward as well. You will have an impact in your family and in your community. And for that, that has its eternal blessings. That this is such a wonderful opportunity for you and for me. We get to walk hand in hand and do this together, which is a whole lot of fun as well. I do most of what I do, not everything, but most of what I do is for fun. At this point in time, it's to have a good time. It's to pay it forward and to contribute to you and contribute to the larger world, and help out those who want to be helped. Those people that are tire kickers, those people that aren't willing to take responsibility, I'm not interested in those folks. People that, the crybabies, the whiners, the moaners, the folks that feel as though they are truly entitled without doing anything, without doing a darn thing, they feel entitled. But that's not you. You're here for the right reasons, and you're making the investment in yourself, in your family, and for that, wow, congratulations. And I can't wait to see you on the inside. Again, juggernauthelp@gmail.com. I saw a question about that. I'll drop that in one more time. If you have any sort of issue or questions, that's going to help you out. So I'll just type in help, right? Juggernauthelp@gmail.com, and also K-Profits itself, access, pretty much instant access to everything other than our time together for my super secret, wonderful, once-in-a-lifetime bonus, right? Jugsnip.com/Cohen, as in Ty Cohen. Okay, everyone, thank you very much. And again, Ty, I'm not sure you're back, sir, or if you dropped off or had a technical issue, but thank you so much, Ty. Thanks to everyone. Congratulations. And we will absolutely see you on the inside. Take care.